Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. In today's video, we are going to be doing a reading and energy updates for our beautiful collective here on YouTube. You guys know I do these collective channeled readings every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing your energy and light with this community and in this space. So it's interesting. This so rarely happens in a reading, which tells me right away that someone here is bringing through some really powerful energy or intentions. Or this also could mean that this person coming through connected to you is just coming through so strongly and thinking about you so heavily that they're showing up right away in the reading, because as I was doing our little intro, I instantly got a download from someone's person here. And the message was, this is someone who thinks about you 24/7, but doesn't do very much about it in the physical, at least not at the moment. And I'm hearing a message from someone's guides, or maybe this is from this person themselves, not to write them off, because I see that this period of time where things appear to be slow moving or even a little bit stagnant, they are actually sending you a lot of really heavy thought energy. And not only that, but they actually are strategizing and planning and thinking forward to how they're carefully going to take steps forward with you. I got the letter initials D, O, L, and E. These could be in someone's first or last name. But anyway, we're going to use this as a starting point. Now, of course, these collective readings do tend to channel through many different people and information. And sorry, I kind of trailed off there because I was actually looking up, those letters we just said, D-O-L-E. Well, of course, that spells the word dole. And I looked up the meaning of that, which I wasn't 100% sure that this was a word outside of the fruit brand, but it is a word. And the definition is a person's lot or destiny. Wow. So there's something about destiny coming out here. Maybe this person feels as though I'm hearing the two of you have an intertwined destiny, that you share a destiny in some way. I also get the sense that there is a major purpose the both of you are meant to. I saw the color purple for someone. This could be a purple stone or piece of jewelry as well. There's a purpose that the two of you are supposed to serve in each other's lives, but I feel part of why there's been this hesitation is because it seems like the exact nature of that purpose feels a bit undefined. So what the two of you seem to be left with are these very strong senses of destiny, this feeling as though you've been brought together for a reason, that you're meant to serve a purpose in each other's lives, but also this sense of, I don't know exactly how to define that purpose right now. So for example, this could be a connection where you share certain common interests or certain things in common in your lives. And you may wonder, are we meant to do some kind of project together, or to create something together, or just to exchange something with each other through our conversations, to heal each other emotionally in some way? I am getting for sure, though, regardless of what the purpose of this connection is, it is very, very fated. And whatever this is, it's going to be elevating you both mutually and equally, is what I'm hearing. And that's actually what both of your souls sense as well, that having the other in your life seems to be this elevating sort of effect. So interesting. Let's go ahead and pull some cards to get further details from the messages here. Okay, so here we have the Queen of Swords in the reverse position. Okay, so if this is a romantic situation, which it won't necessarily be for everyone, of course, use your intuition here. But I'm picking up on a person who's actually been emotionally hurt by a very cold-hearted past person in love. Now, I do feel in many cases, the person coming up here will carry more of a masculine or divine masculine energy, whereas you may consider yourself to be more so the divine feminine. Although, of course, that doesn't have to be the case. It might be reversed for you. And also do keep in mind that we all carry within us each both the divine feminine and the divine masculine. But I'm getting with this person that, especially if this is a masculine and you are the divine feminine, I saw the number 555, that represents change, but I'm hearing opposite, almost like you are opposite the kind of feminine energies that this masculine has dealt with in the past. People who may have been cruel or cold-hearted or calculating, very focused on themselves, very superficial is what I'm hearing as well. I'm hearing that this masculine has really been perceiving themselves as an old soul, someone who thinks really deeply about life, spiritual things. I'm seeing glasses, especially like black rimmed glasses, could be significant for someone. This also can just represent wisdom and intelligence. But I feel as though this masculine is someone who's deeply wise in a spiritual sense. And this is someone who's dealt with a lot of very superficial energies, especially in love, that are very opposite to your own. For some reason, I just keep seeing a woman taking selfies and then retaking them. And it's almost like that's meant to indicate to me metaphorically someone who's just very, it's like this, I'm trying to think of the right word. It's materialism. It's like self-obsession. Now, of course, we talk all the time about the importance of self-love and embracing your worth and your beauty and magnificence and all of those things. But the difference here is this is self-obsession to the extent of being harsh and cold and judgmental towards others. Because in actuality, this is the key. The feminine energies that this masculine has connected with in the past, they were actually really self-critical, very deeply insecure. And so it may have looked like they were self-obsessed, but they weren't actually self-loving. And that is the key, because when you are very focused on yourself, but in an attitude of criticism and judgment towards yourself, that actually creates blockages to being able to radiate that frequency of unconditional love towards others. It's not really true self-love. And I feel as though you are someone who is, yes, very focused on yourself, but in a positive sense, meaning you're focusing on truly embracing who you are, embracing your natural self, embracing your highest vibrational version of self, embracing your authentic core, and you're really aligned with that core as well. And this radiates outward, this highly attractive, magnetic, naturally confident energy that this masculine is extremely drawn to. I keep seeing this kind of darkened room. It almost looks like a concert or some kind of event that's a little bit darker. And this masculine and feminine keep making eye contact. So maybe for some of you, this represents how you've met or one of your meetings, or this may just be meant to symbolize the fact that you would notice each other across a room because of the electric current of energy between you. That's kind of how my guides are describing it here. I also got the letter initials ENGL. So those could be in someone's name here also, or significant to you in some way. But it's almost like I actually feel that in some cases, the masculine coming up here may have actually been in a recent relationship with a feminine that represented this Queen of Swords reversed energy. And I'm wondering what else we're meant to draw forth from this. So, wow, okay, this is a major synchronicity with the Six of Cups. This card says, my past experiences build a strong foundation for the future. So Yes, this masculine went through these experiences in the past in relationships with feminine energies, maybe one specific feminine that was very cold towards them, very much self-obsessed, not holding that frequency of real love for them. And I feel that they ended up getting hurt emotionally by that situation in a really deep way. But it's almost like your mere presence in their reality is healing them on a deep level. And that's part of why they're so slow moving, because subconsciously they have this awareness that there's something much deeper than words or interactions happening here. Your presence in this masculine's life, regardless of what capacity the two of you are connecting through, whether it's as friends, associates, business partners, whether it's romantic, it doesn't matter the nature of this connection. Your presence in their life is deeply healing to you at the core. But I have to say, even that feels mutual, because remember at the beginning when we were talking about how there's mutual and equal elevation through all of your interactions with each other. That's one way you will really recognize this person, by the way. You will always feel elevated after you speak to them or after you spend time around their energy. And my guides are giving me a little bit of a side message here too, especially if you are a divine feminine. This is so important. And I feel recently in your life, the universe has been showing you this in a more active way. I might even do a video on this subject and just kind of in general, how to tell how you're connecting with someone energetically, like signs that indicate, hints that indicate to you what the nature of your energetic bond to a particular other person is, because there are major tells. And one tell is, in fact, I'd say one of the biggest tells, especially as a divine feminine, because you are naturally a receiver. You're naturally very receptive and open. And you're also a natural mirror. So you tend to mirror back to others, and especially to masculine energies, what they are on the inside. But what people don't say about this mirroring is sometimes you can feel this mirroring effect internally within yourself, even if it's happening unconsciously. So for example, if you connect with a masculine that is trying to use you in some way, whether it's physically, financially, emotionally, and they have those ill intentions, being around them can actually physically make you feel tense. It can make you feel uncomfortable. You might find it hard to make eye contact with this person. You might even feel sick to your stomach. Although, of course, I am not a doctor or a medical professional, so I always recommend pursuing any potential medical causes with a doctor. But this energy exchange, when it's very imbalanced, especially with the masculine you're connecting with, and even if they don't do anything specific with their actions or say anything specific with their words, even if they're saying and doing all the right things, especially in the beginning, if your spirit can sense that this person is trying to take from you in the long run, or they don't have the best intentions towards you, or the energy between you is not balanced, you will actually feel it empathically in your being. And I feel that your guides are really emphasizing to you at this time not to gaslight yourself out of these signals, because your body is communicating empathically to you in signs and signals with feelings. So when you feel tense around someone, especially if you were relaxed and at your baseline prior to interacting with them, most likely there's something off about their energy that you're picking up on, or something imbalanced about the way that the two of you are connecting, that you are actually mirroring and feeling within yourself internally. And it's safe and right for you to trust those signals and to allow your body, your mind, your spirit to be around people and environments that truly elevate you and facilitate you feeling good, because that good feeling is confirmation of your alignment, in the sense that it's your body and your mind and your soul indicating to you that the energy here is in balance, whether that's with a person or in an environment. So anyway, someone's guides really sent me down that whole tangent there, but I hope that connected with someone in a meaningful way right now. But all of that to say, with this person that we're talking about in this reading, you feel so safe in their energy. It's almost like when the two of you come together, because I said that your presence is very healing to this person, but the whole reason we kind of went down that side tangent is to say their presence is actually healing to you as well, because I also feel that you've been in situations with masculine energies who have been takers. That's how the guides are saying it here. People who wanted things out of you, who didn't want to participate with you in a balanced way. And yeah, here we have justice reversed. So that represents for you, just like the Queen of Swords reversed represents the kind of insecure, cold-hearted feminines that this masculine was connecting with in the past. This justice card reversed represents that you were in the past connecting with masculine energies who would never take accountability for their actions and therefore couldn't really be a proper leader either in the connection or in their life generally. Also, potentially masculines who were dishonest, whether they were actually actively lying or just not fully open. I'm hearing trying to hide their own dishonesty. So pretending to be genuine, pretending to be honest, but actually concealing parts of themselves or parts of their feelings or intentions in a way that you couldn't quite pin down, but you could sense subconsciously that would make you feel this level of discomfort that would cause you to call them out and to ask them for an explanation or to pry into things and then get labeled as crazy or codependent. All because you were responding to your own intuition, telling you, hey, something is off here. This person is not being fully honest and open. And many masculines, I feel, have tried to gaslight you out of your own intuitive sense within yourself. But the beautiful thing is, I feel at this phase on your journey, you are now embracing that intuitive voice. You are saying to the universe, essentially, I will never betray myself again. I will not betray my intuition. I will not betray those feelings I get around people and situations when something just feels a little bit off. I will listen to those feelings because I've had it proven to me that my intuition always guides me correctly, and I'm learning how to hear that more and more consciously. And I feel that that determination within yourself is attracting in a brand new caliber of people and interaction with certain people, especially masculines, into your life. And for some of you, it may have been this very dynamic that has attracted in someone who you are connecting with harmoniously. Maybe you're already in a relationship. For others of you, know that this is coming. This is on the way to you because this is the brand new energy that you are exuding out into the universe. And increasingly, you are going to notice evidence in the types of people that begin to interact with you differently, and the different types of people that begin to interact with you. So you can notice this first with strangers, with people that you don't really know too well. You'll notice people responding to you in a different way, or maybe you are meeting or interacting with strangers who are just on a higher level, a higher frequency, carrying a higher vibration. And that will be your first sign that you've totally shifted your energy and vibration. And that is being reflected back to you in the different kinds of people and interactions that you are attracting in. But here with this person that's been coming up here, this person thinking of you 24/7, I feel that you feel entirely safe in this person's energy. And in fact, that might be the first word, one of the first words that came up when the two of you met and connected. Something about it just felt, well, you might use the word safe, you might use the word easy, familiar. There was just this flow between you. But in addition to that, this extremely intense electric chemistry that was extremely palpable. And I'm hearing assume mutuality. Now, this is another lesson that many of us have been learning on this stage of our soul's evolution. And of course, what has to be understood here is many of us have been through, I would say, if you are listening and resonating to this point in the reading, you are a very accelerated soul, meaning you've probably been through at least one very intense spiritual awakening, if not multiple. You've been through many levels of soul training, growth, lessons. you are really on the leading edge of thought collectively, meaning you've raised yourself to a vibration where you are frequently aligning with a timeline that is extremely rare, extremely high vibrational, and that few people on planet Earth currently have access to. Therefore, you often might feel as though you are a bit misunderstood by the people around you because you actually understand things spiritually to such a deep degree because of these lessons that you've gone through in your life that have evolved you and really accelerated that evolution for you as a soul. Which, of course, is one reason I love this beautiful space that we're co-creating here on YouTube, because I feel it gives us a time and a space virtually to connect and to relate to one another in a way that we may not have the opportunity to on a daily basis in our actual 3D lives. Although, if that is you, if you feel you don't have that opportunity at the moment, I do have to say, and the guides are reminding me, this actually is shifting for you, because it's been coming up a lot more recently that you're going to be manifesting so many forms of soul-aligned physical community in your actual physical day-to-day life. And these forms of community are really going to support you. They're going to uplift you. They're going to help you feel seen and feel understood. You've just had to have the courage to stand alone for a while, to focus on yourself for a while, even to hermit if that's where your soul has been guiding you. But all of that has allowed you to align with that core frequency within yourself that you are now radiating so powerfully, that trust it is attracting in the people who are going to connect and resonate with that in a real way, in real time, in your physical world. So anyway, I had to just kind of throw that in there. But essentially, let's get back to the main thread of this particular reading with this masculine coming up here. So you both, I'm hearing you're meeting in the middle in some sense. You've both gone through these past experiences in your lives that have shaped you and defined you, especially in relationships. You're both very old souls in the sense that you think very deeply about spiritual things. And I will say on the masculine side here, they're thinking about spiritual things might not necessarily be what they would label as quote unquote spiritual, but I feel that they are someone who's either very intelligent, highly creative, spends a lot of time within their own mind, which whether they realize it or not, that is them really connecting in with their own inner guidance, their own soul. I actually feel this is part of why, if you've been thinking of them more strongly, because I feel for many of you listening, the reason you came to this video may be in part because this person has actually been more strongly in your energy recently. And yet, as I said, even though they seem to think about you 24/7 all the time, they also seem to not necessarily be doing a whole lot about that in the physical realm, or at least they're taking things very slow. But there's not a malicious vibe about this. It doesn't feel like this is something they are doing to be a player or to be coy, or even because they're afraid. If anything, this is because I'm hearing you're the one. They see you as their end goal, and they don't want to rush the process and burn things out between the two of you. Or worst of all, push you away in some sense by looking too overeager or even desperate in the beginning or the early stages. And so I feel like this is someone actively trying to pace this connection. But there's some other piece to the equation here too, because I feel as though this is someone who also seems to be wanting something to stabilize in their own physical 3D life before they come forward towards you in a stronger way. Here we have the 9 of Wands in the reverse position. Yeah, this is someone who's got a lot of, well, really the word grit is coming out here. This is someone who feels as though they are sacrificing or dedicating a lot of their time and energy to certain personal focuses in their life. I just keep hearing, though, you are my singular focus in love. So this is someone who wants you to know on a spiritual level that romantically speaking, they are only interested and focused on you. In fact, I have to say, I really feel no one else around this person romantically. I feel like even though they're taking things very slow, their energy romantically seems to be very heavily and specifically and exclusively channeled to you. And that's actually part of why you're feeling them so strongly. They are, whether they realize it or not, this person really is manifesting you into their life because they are treating you energetically almost like you are already together. I'm hearing they're treating you like a girlfriend, or if you're a male, a boyfriend or a husband or a wife. It's like in the sense that they are energetically fully focused on you in a romantic sense. However, I know that as I said that, many people felt a little bit of confusion because they thought, if they're treating me like we're in a relationship, why do I hear so little from them? Or why is there so much space between our interactions or communication? Or why haven't they expressed that with their words? It's because this is such a complex dynamic, but this is someone truly trying to pace your connection correctly. They're so afraid of making a misstep here. And also there's that element of the fact that they're actually feeling this deep soul healing effect from your presence in their life. They're healing from something that I feel in many cases they either haven't spoken to you about, although you may have assumed about it, they've not opened up about, or this feels like something that hasn't necessarily been discussed physically between the two of you, but something about you just being in their life. It's almost like they're trying to stretch out the amount of time that you are in their life long enough that they can really allow themselves to get that hit of healing energy from you in a sense, because your presence is restoring their faith in feminine energies, in their own ability to develop such strong feelings for another person, in their own capacity for a romantic spark. Because I feel like this person is a natural romantic at heart, but until they met you, they didn't really have a suitable outlet for that romantic energy. The word immature is coming out. So maybe they felt like they were connecting with people or feminine energies that were less mature, regardless of earth years. That's totally out of the equation here. We're talking spiritually, we're talking emotionally, lacking the depth that this masculine so craved and has so utterly and completely found within their connection to you. And I wouldn't say it scares them, because that implies it's almost like scaring them away. It really allures them. It draws them in. It captivates them. But it also makes them want to really invest in this for the long haul and be thinking very far ahead, again, in the way that they're pacing this, so as to not it's like they're almost afraid of using up all the good energy between you all at once. If they hit things too hard as far as conversation and interaction, they don't want to lose your interest, but they also have these things in their life that they're trying to focus in such a dedicated way upon, to grow in such a way that they can really sustain a connection with you that is mutually beneficial to you as much as it is to them. With that word grit, this word, I wanted to look up the definition, even though I vaguely, of course, know the definition of the word, but I wanted to see what the dictionary would say. And it says courage and resolve, strength of character. So I feel that's part of why, going back to you feeling so safe around this person's energy, part of why you feel this way is because this masculine is someone who has an extremely strong character, and I'm hearing a pure heart as well. Is there anything else that I can channel about this? Let's see what the next card says. Okay, so this is the Six of Swords. So this is about a transition. Yeah, leaving behind the past here. And I feel like this is where the two of you are. It's almost like in each other's energetic presence, meaning simply by being connected in the way that you are, even if it does feel very slow, you are actually healing each other's soul. You are healing each other's energies. It's almost like your higher selves or your souls are collaborating to heal one another. And I'm getting you might even be dreaming about each other. I think I said earlier, you might be dreaming about this person, but here we now have channeled that it would be mutual. So they're dreaming about you quite a bit as well. These dreams could be conscious, but they also could be unconscious, just awakening with the sense that you've somehow been talking to or interacting with this person all night. That can be a sign of you having had some kind of unconscious dream about them. But I'm picking up that, again, this is about the two of you healing each other energetically, but pacing things in the physical, allowing things to unfold one step at a time. And I'm hearing someone's guide say to you, release any anxieties you have about the timing here, because what is right for you is never going to pressure you and rush you. And yes, there is a side message in that, because I feel for many of you listening, you may have encountered certain individuals in your life, romantically or otherwise recently, who have pushed you in terms of timing or tried to pressure you into their timing. But you, as a fully awakened divine feminine, you are someone who is so deeply connected to divine timing. It's like you have this divine clock in your energy kind of embedded within you, and it tells you when to move, when to pause, when to wait, when to move ahead quickly, when to move ahead more gradually. There's a rhythm to things. And I feel that the guidance here coming through so strongly at the end of this reading, if you have been questioning the timing here or in anything in your life, is to really allow yourself to trust that divine timing that you can sense within you. When you close your eyes and breathe deeply and reconnect with yourself, when you enter that state of calm, you can feel the rhythm beneath your life. You can feel that there is a divine guidance taking place through every step in your life, even if your ego tries to pressure or coerce or talk you out of that. And the same is true for this connection. I just keep hearing, let it unfold naturally, because it's unfolding in its own time for a reason. But also, don't allow anyone that you meet or connect with to pressure you out of your own sense of timing. Even if you can't give a logical explanation as to why your timing is the way that it is, there is a reason on a higher level, often a reason that our conscious mind can't quite fully grasp or understand. So I just feel this guidance coming through of continuing to trust that as you have been. And it reminds me of an Instagram post I actually made recently on the divine feminine and her timing. It's my second to last most recent post. If you aren't following me yet there, it is at Magnetize Yourself. And while we're talking about it, I'll just go ahead and read the post to you as well, because I feel there's something here for someone. And the post says, the divine feminine operates on her own timing, outside of the rigid and limiting constructs of societal 3D time. She moves in terms of rhythms and cycles. Her intuition is a compass that allows her to move with the dance of divine timing itself. She requires a divine masculine who does not try to coerce her into betraying her timing, one who doesn't just, quote unquote, tolerate it, but honors and respects her deep innate knowingness of when to move and when to pause. So I really hope that connected with someone in a meaningful way, and really that all of these messages have connected with someone out there listening in a way that felt helpful and beneficial. If so, I would love to hear from you in the comments under the video. And of course, we are going to be continuing this reading onto Patreon. So in the extended Patreon reading, we will be taking a look at how this person is really feeling and thinking about you, how this connection might move forward into the future, what their intentions are here for the long haul. And outside of this specific connection, we will also be channeling into your aura generally and picking up any other people, situations, or threads of energy that want to come through. So if you do want to join me next on the extended Patreon reading, the link to do so is in the pinned comment and description box underneath this video. I'm going to go ahead and close with a Rumi Oracle message. And the first Rumi quote here, because I'm going to pull two today, but the first one is, when you do things from your soul, you feel a river of joy within you. But also the second quote, what you seek is seeking you. Wow. And that really took me back to that phrase, assume mutuality, because in energy, There is this mutuality, there is an exchange. So we'll get deeper into this in future videos. We've talked about it before. I feel that we're going to go many layers deeper into that. But for the sake of this specific reading, we will just say that when you are feeling strongly about a particular person, like in this case, sensing them, thinking about you, feeling things about you, there's a very strong likelihood that if that just keeps recurring to you or popping up into your mind, there's a very strong chance there's actually an active energy bond going both directions, so that that person is actually sending that energy to you, then you're feeling it and passing it back to them. And this can really amplify and strengthen those energy cords between you and this person as you pass that energy back and forth. And that's exactly what I feel is happening between you and this masculine that's come through this reading for whoever this reading was for. So that feels like a really beautiful place to close things out. If you do want the opportunity to win a free personal reading with me, I am doing a free tarot reading giveaway. I am doing one for the month of November. So if you're seeing this before December 1st, 2024, then you still have time to enter the reading giveaway, and it's completely free. So essentially, you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave me a comment, and I'll let you know what kind of comment to leave in the rules and instructions section in the description box. So if you do want to win a free reading with me, check out the description box. It only takes a couple seconds to enter, and again, it's completely free. If you do resonate with this reading, then thank you for tuning in. If you aren't yet subscribed, I would love to have you here. But otherwise, I am sending you all huge amounts of love and light energy. Have an amazing remainder of your day and start to your week. And I will connect with you here again in the next reading.